Speaking about shots, some articles say Embiid struck the reporter. Most of them say he just pushed them. But certain Hughes, I forget his first name now, wrote an article in which he listed Joel Embiid's son, his late brother as well, and also in the midst of all of that, saying that he just doesn't want to play enough because he's not healthy enough. And yeah, Batlangana in the change room, mano a mano, and he was like, you know what? I'm tired of using my words. I'm going to shove you and let you know that I am tired of you. Because he said that if you write that article again, I'll suffer the consequences because I'm going to do something next time. Jay, in the NBA, because we do know that the press are allowed in the locker room to get those interviews, when a player gets heated and does not control himself and does that, has he crossed the line, or do you think the guy who wrote the article warrants that kind of reaction from Joel Embiid?
Hard to say, right? First of all, just to say, don't condone physical altercations. But where is the line for the media? And I say this as a member of the media. Like, where is the line for the media? Because why are you going into stories about his late brother? Why are you talking about his son? You know, that has nothing to do with Joel Embiid, the basketball player. You cover the game. You cover the player. You cover basketball. Unfortunately, though, how this works, if you are an athlete, a personality, what the stories that those who are following are clamoring for is more than just what you do on the court, right? It's a complete narrative. For example, famously, if you think about Philadelphia with Allen Iverson became who he became because of his affiliations outside of the court and everything about his personality. Partly that's why he became a big star, and that's why he became a lightning rod for the media, you know, and it serves the purpose of, like, in the olden days we would have said like selling newspapers. In this case would say increasing the click rate, but also it does actually elevate the athlete themselves. But I do think that is a line you should not cross, because what purpose does it serve? Having said that, though, as an athlete, you cannot put your hands on anybody. You cannot put your hands on a member of the media, because number one, like, what happens if this person sues you or files an assault case? You know, you won't justify it by saying, well, he wrote about my personal life. Yeah, he was not in the right to do that, but you will suffer even greater consequences than this man who is paid to write these stories and who's paid to prod you and try to get that kind of reaction from you, because then it becomes news again. That's why we're talking about it right now, you know. And in the case of Joel Embiid, it's also difficult because he has, and this is what he was expressing, that like after having given what he's given to this team, and he still has these question marks where he says that he played with a fractured skull, with a fracture on his face, and he could have lost his sight. And he was also citing other injuries where he's played through that. Whereas the feeling from Philly and NBA out, like, worldwide, is that maybe Joel has not been available on certain nights, not because really he's injured, but he's a little soft, or he's not as committed as he should be, and he was pushing back against that, and then of course other stories. So there's a whole lot with Joel Embiid in terms of the question marks around him and how committed he is to the game. And with basketball, this is a big thing. How much do you love the game? You know, and there's a feeling that he doesn't love the game as much, and he feels disrespected, that there are these questions around him. Rightly, wrongly, that's for you to decide. But in terms of the news, don't write about, like, guys' personal lives, because you're crossing a line and you're asking for it. But having said that, as an athlete, you cannot get physical with anyone for that matter, because it's gonna end much worse for you than it is for them.
I think it's a lose-lose situation for Embiid, because already the article's out there, right? And the guy's written it to draw eyes to it, for it to be sensationalized. There we go.
That's the one.
Yeah, and already it's drawn bad publicity, or whatever the guy wrote about Embiid, and then for you to strike the guy or to push him, that's more bad publicity towards your way. So you never lose. You're never in a good light, because according to this guy's article, you're painted in a particular way that you don't want it enough. And when you're fighting the guy, not only do you not want it enough, but you're also violent. And so it's a lose-lose situation for him, unfortunately, right? But I feel sometimes that he does commit to those acts because he feels there's no protection. The guys can write whatever they want about him, and well, nothing's happened thus far, and so I'll take matters into my own hands. So I feel for the media, for the press, there must be a line, there must be some conduct, there must be some rules, that we can't do this, because I think if you can't justify why you've brought the brother into the article or the son into the article, there should be some form of punishment where the athletes can feel that, okay, fine, the primary piece that people are writing about me is because of my work or because of my athletic ability. Write those articles. And yes, because I am who I am, stuff outside of the court will come up and be new stuff. That's fine, but why are you writing it? And I think if players can be protected from that particular vantage point, then it makes it better. But all in all, Jay, I don't think that he should be striking anyone or pushing anyone, because, like I said, he never wins. He never comes out of that winning, He says he's happy to front up all those consequences should he do something, but I don't think that's the way to go about it, man. And I think the guy has definitely crossed a line, because he did go on social media to try and apologize. It was too late. He did try to...
Because he warned him. He told him he'd done this before. And you know what, Chuck, as a man, right? Like, as a man, and Joel is protecting his own... That's his late brother. That's his son. Like... I get it.
Yeah,
I get it, because and as we're saying, like with the apology that the journalist tried to put forth, but Joe says, like, you've done this before and I've told you before, like I've warned you, and you continued to do the same thing. So that apology is not sincere. You're just saying that because it's a 7-footer, 300-pound man standing in front of you and threatening you and being aggressive with you, which is another thing, right? Because you push his buttons, and when he becomes aggressive, we know what the story is going to be about that black man who's being aggressive.
Yeah,
we know what it's going to be, So like, I feel bad for Joel, like in that sense. And as I'm saying, like, as a man, I get where he's coming from, but there is the added caveat that he's an athlete, and he's the face of a franchise in Philadelphia. So there's a lot that is expected of him, and one of those things is how you handle yourself, because the main guys, they all go through this, like they all are tried by the fire of mainstream media and perceptions, and it comes with the territory of being a superstar in the NBA. So yeah, I don't want to just say he must suck it up. I don't want to just say he should just deal with it, but it's something that he has to manage. And for Joel's sake, I really do hope this season he does stay healthy and he eventually wins a title for that place. If not, like, LA is right there. It's right there. Like, LeBron is right there. You can go join him in LA and, like, bring a title to La La Land. But, like, it'd be great to see him stay healthy and do it in Philadelphia. And knowing Joel, he'd probably say, now what? And be out of there.
I think, yeah, man, it's a tough situation, because he hasn't played with the Sixers at all. He's been injured, right? He's still waiting to play, and this is the big news that comes out concerning Joel Embiid. I don't think that reporter was supposed to be in the locker room to begin with. Knowing, maybe he assumed it's because Joel's not playing, he's not in the locker room. I don't know, but the guy knows what is written. He's been warned before, and he is still in the locker room. So I think, yeah, some of the people at the 76ers should have done something about it, to read the room or read the situation and know what's going on. But it's happened at this point in time, and we don't necessarily condone it, but we do understand where the frustration comes from. Just keep out of each other's way. And when Mr. Hughes, stop writing these articles.
Those look shy.